Thank you for hitting the like buttons. We've already got likes, already got members in the house, sitting in the shade. Beautiful African day. There is the sea, the beautiful sea. Join me, join me. What a beautiful morning. We had a bit of a Japanese painting. It's a complete whiteout. Actually, I'm not sure you can even see the sea. It's so bright. There she is, there she blows. Yes. So what is happening today? Why is it a significant day? It's a significant day because it's the sniper communities check-in full hour and a half session on the traditional markets, hour and a half session on the crypto markets with a half-hour break, where we will be talking about all the lie of the land. And this is the first Friday of the new year 2024. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being on here. Thanks for smashing up the likes. No ETF soon, says Tiger45. Why are blockchain miners selling off before the BTC ETF? Bear Dog says, hey Francis, so what's going on? Good morning from Canada, home of the collective. Yes, indeed, the collective masses. There's so many collectives, the new cooperatives and collectives, the communism, the new global communism. Anyway, while we wait for the fake number of choice that'll come in, we've actually been getting in a situation where the numbers that have been coming in for America are actually surprisingly strong. But hold on, but pivot, you say. Rates cut, you say. All these things. Well, actually, the economy is awesome. Everything is awesome. It's strong as a bomb, ready to go off, heavy and loaded. That's how it is. And what have we been seeing has been going on with the economy? We had the ADP numbers that came in super strong, ahead of expectation. We then had the unemployment numbers that came in under on what is expected, proving that you've all got so many jobs. You're delivering pizzas for 3 hours, then you're washing dishes for 4 hours. You've got 4 flipping jobs and no savings. That's kind of the world as it is at the moment, and it's fascinating. And so what does this all mean? What does it all mean? Well, it means the economy is red hot, according to the stats and numbers. Now, of course, they get an opportunity to manage these expectations. You're overperforming. If I set a low enough bar, everybody can be a high jumper. It's kind of how the game works. So I have my suspicions on those expectations, which are intentionally being managed super low, so that you have the basis for overperformance. But anyway, if it is a strong economy, we can't have it both ways. We're either weak and we need to cut rates because the battle's won on inflation and everybody's suffering, or we're strong, and as a result, the need to cut rates is no longer there. In fact, maybe we should be talking about raising rates. Well, here's my take, and this is what I'm here to give you. And this has direct effect. This is why we're live streaming on the crypto channel. It will have direct effect on Bitcoin. So while they use the rope-a-dope meme of ETF narrative to both pump and dump Bitcoin recently, in actual fact, we had a period of dollar strength and rate yields stopped going down and they started a little bit of an uptick. This had an effect on gold as well. There was no ETF mooted for gold. Why did gold sell off a bit? Why is silver selling off a lot? Why did the gold-silver ratio pop to the top end of our channel range? All of these things have impacts on, yes, you get it, all of these things have impact on crypto as well as all the anti-fiats. In fact, we need an anti-fiat channel. I've got a traditional market channel, I've got a crypto channel. That's how people think. But we should have an anti-fiat channel where we talk about cryptos and alts in the same breath as rates and everything else. So all bogus numbers, says Quantum Publishing. I think he's quite right. They can come up with whatever number they want. Second prize, 2 weeks in Lagos. Somebody likes that strapline. Calling my future baby Solana ETF, says Will Moriarty. Thoughts on BTC Bart Simpson liquidity grab? Yeah, so let's be frank. Anybody who was over leveraged got rinsed on the spike and then the subsequent dump, and it was quite brutal, and they're pretty good at doing that, and it's a great way of harvesting and cleaning up Bitcoin from moon boys that just get over in and too strong. And you've got to simply watch it. By the way, there's the link below for our live trading day. So what's actually happening today, we are going to take you into all the macro drivers for the general economy for an hour and a half on the gold, the silver, the debt management, and even bigger size. That's on the FX. You can see that, and then we can see the fake number or the semi-real number or the really real number but on fake stats, who knows, come in, and that will be in and around 3 o'clock my time. So I am by the beach. Look at this view. I'm hiding at the back of a church there, but there's a beautiful view out there. Hope the camera did that justice. We've been walking by the sea, breathing it in. Get that oxygen up, oxygenize your brain. Oxygen is actually the reason why, by the way, many of us age. More oxygenization will, in actual fact, highly increase the power of your blood, the VO2 max. It will go about repairing your body far better. You need to get where it's 21% oxygen by the sea, and then you have to do breathing exercises. I did a Japanese painting of a picture this morning in purple. That was our morning, doing breathing in the cold water. Yes, Wim Hof has maxed and made this mainstream. I was actually in the cold water in this country 30 years ago, before he was famous, but you got to give him credit. He's bringing a lot of people to that. Anyway, we're diverging. Crypto, Bitcoin, that is the big story. Thank you for the comment on Resource Talks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So regardless on whether the number is fake or not, and how fake is more the question, we know that they will intend to make the markets react to that number. So as long as they keep performing to the pantomime music that they're creating, we can expect the markets short and medium term to perform to that until it's time for all fall down. And that means we're going to get probably, so the ADP number, so what is the ADP number? So essentially it is a proxy for non-farm. It gives an indication. Yes, power up to Austria, Mr. Pagodo, Mateus, thank you for your comments. Yes, indeed, thumbs up. So what does it does? It provides a proxy of payrolls. This company does payrolls for many businesses, and essentially they get an early indication of the likely statistics that will come out today, later on today. So it is a guide, and in fact the ADP indicated higher, a beating of expectations. So what does that mean? If we're going to have a beating of expectations, look at my lovely stool for the day sitting there. Ooh, yeah, I can just about squeeze my backside on that one. Yeah, so if we beat that on Wednesday, then what probably likely to happen is the expectation is that today's number will be a beat. It doesn't always happen like that. There's no such thing as absolutes. Thank you for the 50 guys that have given us a like virtually. That's amazing. We're already on about a third, and I'm not even having to badger you guys for that. I appreciate that. Greetings from Finland. Wow, yeah, Finland. Now, I started to wonder, when I do this cold water submersion, you get such a dopamine rush and you get physically stronger. I'm starting to wonder the reasons the Vikings bloody conquered most of the world is because I doubt they bathed every day, by the way, way back then, but they washed, and there was no hot water or solar panels. They got clean in some of the iciest water. I reckon that's why they had the constitutions they had, and were the warriors they were. But anyway, digression. So with the number coming in today, we're going to get a guidance on the trend probably for the entire month. Now, you don't go straight line up or straight line down in an entire month, but you get the highs and the lows, the general gist of the move often when you get given direction. And this is the most important data number. And for crypto people, they've had to learn that actually what the dollar did, that whole period we were a bit nervous about Bitcoin when it kept coming down to 25K, was a dollar dominant period. It was a dollar dominant period, and rates were going higher. That was not supportive for Bitcoin, and no one was talking about the ETF. Once the dollar dominance period ended and they started talking about the ETF, Bitcoin catch up she goes. Now it's gone a little far. Now the ETF literally is a price management tool in terms of the news, and they know what they're going to say when they're going to say it, and they front run it because they are charlatans, crooks, and we know all that. Hi from a wet UK. Yes, I've heard it's torrential rains. We spoke to Joshua Soul, by the way, yesterday on our other channel, The Market Sniper, and that was a fascinating watch. So watch what he says on what's been going on in the gold market, and also the supply aspects on silver. Wishing you all the best for the new year, says Bruce Kibbutz. Thank you, Bruce. Greetings and love from India. Yes, our Indian fraternity is in the house. Welcome. Hi from sunny Cape Town. Wayne B is not too far away. Yes, sunny Cape Town. We are in sunny Cape Town. I've hidden in the trees in the back garden of a church here, so with a bit of height because I was concerned about signal. 170 of you watching. Thank you for sharing and pushing this out on your socials to give us a little bit of traction. But anyway, so all of these things, gold silver ratio at the top end of its channel, shooting star, looks like it's going to reverse back down. So actually, what do I think is going to happen is the number's going to come out, but that Bitcoin will continue to go up. So even if the numbers come out and they beat, which implies strong economy, therefore less interest rate cuts, Bitcoin is going to drift back up. Overall, it was a nasty little move. We've got an interesting chart that we shared on Bitcoin on 3 particular trajectories, but we expect it to drift back up. It's probably going to turn into a slight upside grinding channel, the blue channel, and you have a surge, then you have technically a correction, but in this case it's not correcting that far. It's overall a blue slightly upward grinding channel, another surge, and sometimes it's quite confusing technically because normally you want a bull flag, which is actually a downside correcting channel. Sometimes when markets are that strong, they do that. But what the concern is once they eventually do confirm something on Bitcoin and they find a new story for manipulating the price, what the concern is that you get a correction after that. And that's why we've said the 47.5, once it's run, is kind of quite a big breathing point for us. I wouldn't have anything leveraged long during that period. I'll still have investment crypto, and we know who we want. By the way, XRP, we did a chart on XRP. Anyone who thinks that XRP is going to play a role, hey, I'm not putting a moral position forward. I'm just talking anyone who thinks that an XRP might play a role. We suggested it needed a little flush out before it can move. That flush out has come. Hey, from Bangkok, keep telling me where you're from. It's great to hear. We're getting our Eastern guys because it's early that we're doing this today. The link is in the comments below. Recordings are provided to all attendees. In fact, if you pay 2 times, you get 3 visits and you get 3 months of access to all 3 recordings. Hi from the Philippines and Germany. Yeah, Germany. Lots of Germans down here visiting Cape Town. Best value destination for them. They're having their best lives over here. They're all over the place. God bless them. Hello from Egypt. Ciao from Japan. Hey, that's a nice combination of Italian and Japanese there. Ireland. Bless the Irish. God bless the fighting Irish. Hello, Crypto Sniper. Nick from Brisbane. Yes, Aussies in the house. Brisbane, beautiful metropolitan city. Hello from Norway. The Vikings are in the house. Holland, yes. I'm walking past Cape Dutch homes thanks to the influence of the Dutch here in Cape Town. Adelaide, Australia. Poland, Brisbane, Sweden, Tampa, Florida. Beautiful. Did the Keys long time ago. It was amazing. Egypt is definitely here. Also beautiful. Real history there. Egyptian history is history of the world, my friend. Melbourne, more Melbourne. Nice. Meet for a beer in Cape Town. Yes, Tom, tell me when you're around. I'll have most of the families and the other people I have to babysit gone at some point, and then I'll make myself available. Send us an email. Costa Rica, so beautiful. More Melbourne. We're catching the early risers. Jersey Shore in the Hizzy. Jersey Shore. I think I should know that name. There was something about Jersey Shore, wasn't there? There was a program. So all that's coming quite soon. Today, this afternoon, you can enjoy with me in my highly oxygenated state. Breathe. Cold water. I'm channeling my inner Viking. The Norway and the Finland and all of that. I'm channeling my inner Viking. We're going to storm our way through what the footprints in the sand. The truth is the chart. The truth is the chart. Everybody else is narrative. This is how I've come to learn. Everything else is narrative and is often manipulative narrative. The truth is in the chart. What will it do? And at the end of the day, we're interested in the truth. Nice to see Mzanzi. I will write an email. I'm here for a few months. Kenya. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Central Africa. Crumbling England. Oh dear. Wet crumbling England. Shawshank Island, as I sometimes say. I made my escape. Good luck. We've all got that journey to make. There's a shit pipe to crawl through. I'm being mean. I, of course, had many years in England and enjoy it. And the English we're very well supported by the UK and the US. How's it from Taiwan? Nice to have the Taiwanese in there. The most polite nation in the world, in my opinion. Beautiful people. The original culture of China is sitting there in Taiwan. So anyway, All this is coming shortly. In fact, when I finish this, I'm gonna get back in my car. I'm gonna drive back to my locale where I will be serving our existing community, and you can be part. Just pop in and visit and enjoy it. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg, not even a good night's out with your missus and a glass of wine, and you can get a visit for us. You get the recording for the month. If you want to do three for the price of two, we throw that in as well, and you'll have 3 months of access to everything we said. You can monitor how accurate where we are. Have a look before you do anything more. Dixie versus BTC. Yeah, so Epstein lists as somebody. Yeah, there's another thing that's not getting quite the coverage. Malaysia, Alex from Malaysia, welcome. So what is going to happen? XRP had that little splash out as well. It could suddenly get a news and steal the Bitcoin ETF's thunder and go mega pump, because it's an underperformer. It looks shoddy generally, but I think that moment will come. So I do still feel that XRP is going to have its moment, not too far off, and then it's going to play catch up. I've been watching the XRP dominance charts, and it's just drifting off. So it's representing relative value. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. The banking cartel with the CBDCs, they're going to be bringing in, and everything that they have planned, that's maybe a better view, a little bit less of a whiteout, more of a green, is probably going to be running on the rails of what they provide, if the token is to appreciate. Don't forget, some people told me that on The Simpsons, I speak under correction here, that The Simpsons had a series where actually XRP makes $589. You know, Bart or somebody said something. You know how they like to virtue signal and say, we told you so. You all saw the Trump going down the escalator on the Bart Simpson and the whole sign thing. So many of those various different things. So it is a big game. It's a game full of clues. Some things are esoteric, some things are logical, some things are rational, some things just get thrown at you. Who knows? Who knows? Heavy XRP selling pressure from Ripple Roundtable could indeed be that way, Ben has said. Scott Burns, I want your view on the Epstein list. Not specifically for this channel. It will run a little bit hot. We've got to behave a little bit more nowadays on YouTube. I will probably, in the not too distant future, because I haven't done anything on the reset for a while, be putting on my GoPro, jumping on the Husqvarna Expedition 901, and I will take you for a drive down Chapman's Peak. And I will talk to you on all things of more odd nature, and we will post that on the Rumble and on our reset stuff, which is not on YouTube. So we'll give you a little bit of a speculation for the year of 2024. So why is this year going to be so important? First non-farm payroll, our first live trading day on a non-farm payroll in the year 2024, and I have massive expectations for very big moves to go down, guys. Massive expectations. This is 4-year cycle place, and I've mentioned this on other channels, but let me just mention it again in case you're the first timer on this stream. What tends to happen is you have the quantitative easing and quantitative tightening cycle is on a 4-year cycle, and that is 2016 Shanghai Accord, 2012 before that, there were major QE 1s, 2s and 3s all being approved. 2020, of course, you had the event quantitative easing that came in the latter part of the year after the March peak lockdown aspects. Then you have the presidential cycle that happens to be coincident with that. We are, of course, on the Crypto Sniper channel and the halvening cycle, which also happens to be coincident with that. And that tends to lead to a whole concept of there's a great deal of proliferation going on during the halvening cycle, which is a perfect time for the dollar to be a little bit destroyed in value power and for the bid to go elsewhere. This is how they re-inflate a different jumping castle while they deflate the other one. They let some air out of that one and it goes into the new one. And that is what I call transitional planning. If you want to think that the 4-year cycle on all those even numbers right the way from 2012, even 2008, the bottom of 2008, 2012, 2016 Shanghai Accord, 2020, etc., are all coincidences? Well, okay, maybe they are, and it happens to be dovetailed with Satoshi Nakamoto's special wishes for you. I wonder who that is. It's certainly not, I don't think he's necessarily a friend of yours, but nonetheless, that's the narrative and that's what they're giving you. These cycles are not accidentally or coordinated, and you are entering the year where that happens. And unfortunately, you go down first for the QE later. You need the crisis and the cure. But where they pivot to something new. So Riza Not Nagel says, what do you think of BTC ETF news today? I didn't hear any new news on the BTC ETF today, so I'll have to check that. Greetings from Hungary, great to have you. Tron or Dot, the 60X. So some messages being held for review. Hi everyone from north of France near Belgium. Welcome Guillaume. Monsieur Guillaume, delighted to have you, my fine friend. I don't know if that was a very good French accent or Belgium accent. Anyway, so live trading today. Go and book it. I've got to head off home. We're going to cover traditional markets. We're going to cover gold and silver markets. And then we're going to get our hands dirty on the Bitcoin crypto, real tracking. What are the great setups that we like? You'll find out one of our favorite cryptos that we think will outperform even XRP on a major spike if you're in attendance there. Tether issued 2 billion of new USDT. That's interesting. Of course, that helps. It's a bit like QE. You are the GOAT, says Scott Burns. I'm not sure I am, but thank you for the appreciation. We go from being GOAT crap to the GOAT itself, depending on who you speak to. Hi from Morocco. Lovely, the Morocco, the north of Africa. 32K, then 150K later. We got that target, was it 145 on the inverted head and shoulders if Bitcoin keeps trucking, but there can be big rests in between. Remember this, after the 47.5, don't be caught over leveraged. Don't be ever over leveraged, but particularly if we run a 47.5. Ton Mill says, buy a donkey. Yes, indeed. Thank you too. Francis, you think Dixie reached the bottom? If it starts to turn, I don't think it's going to turn too violently. Preparing the head shorts on cryptos. Yeah, potentially. We would need to wait for that 47.5. I think we got a shot at it. Crypto Dad. Never up only. 100% true. Thank you, Goat. Gold and silver is dangerous in my opinion. He's talking about the ETFs, I think, GLD and SLV. Okay, so we're going to catch you later. Thanks very much for your support and everything. And until next time, be careful out there. 2024 is going to be an interesting year, but with the fear is also the opportunity. With the danger is also the upside. Catch a short, get the move to the upside. So it all comes together. Okay, we'll get you next time. Thanks so much for the 111 likes on the stream. We appreciate you helping us beat the algorithm. Until next time, I catch you later. All the best for now. Bye.